Do you know you can get your FBI records? That's right, what the FBI found out about you when they're listening to your phone calls and all this kind of stuff. So you can, and you don't need a private investigator or something like that to do it. You just go to the FBI itself and go to the Freedom of Information Act office. That's FOIA. And you can Google like FBI FOIA request, and you'll find the office. Yeah. Actually, you'll find some other neat things too when you Google that. There's a fella out, actually I don't know who it is because they're sort of unknown. They have a website called Get My FBI File and Get Grandpa's FBI File. You know, and they give you a sample letter. But you can't even get a hold of them or know where they are, try to find them. They don't. They're sort of, I guess where the FBI is going to find out about them. But anyway, you don't have to use them because it's the same thing the FBI has, even more up to date on their website. They have sample letters you could send out. You just fill in the blanks, you know, and send it in. And actually, I'm going to get mine now because actually years ago I helped them trying to get somebody to defect. I had a friend in Russia. You know, this is before the wall came down. It was a different country. But to see what they have on me, and it'd be good to do. Actually, it'd be fun to have as a gift for somebody too. Actually, you get like a dead grandma or grandfather or something. See what the FBI had on them. Actually, you know what's interesting? You can go on their files, and they have the files of the FBI, the Vault it's called, and now it's open to the public. You can see FBI records on, you know, what records they have. After a certain amount of time, they just open them up, and now you could see records on things like people, famous people years ago, Charlie Chaplin, you know, and who was it? Gosh, Irving Berlin or Louie Louie. If you're old enough, back in 1963, there was a record called Louie Louie, whoa, whoa, we gotta go, or something like that. I sort of remember. That's, I think, the year I graduated in high school. That was 61. And actually, here's a record you can see right on their website now. See, this is public information now. And it said 1963, a rock group called the Kingsmen recorded a song called Louie Louie. You know, the popularity of the song and the difficulty in discerning the lyrics led to people suspect that the song was obscene. You know, there's a one word, like they said fuck or something, I don't know what it was, in there, and everybody was talking about it, and nobody could hear it. So the FBI came to the rescue. The FBI was asked to investigate whether or not those involved in this song violated laws against interstate transportation of obscene material. And the limited investigation lasted from February to May in 1964 and discovered no evidence of obscenity. Boy, what took them. February to May, so it's 3-4 months, yeah, they figured that out. Elizabeth Taylor, and this is public records now, you can see it right online. George Steinbrenner, well, you know, the guy on the Yankees, or maybe he still does, I don't even know. He said, I see he died in 2010, is best known for the principal order and managing partner of the New York Yankees for 37 years. Okay, the release of the records about him contains material from 3 files covering illegal campaign contributions made by Steinbrenner and his company to the Nixon presidential campaign. A laboratory analysis from the FBI, the Federal Highway Administration, and several anonymous letters concerning possible fraud in the federal highway program in Ohio, and Steinbrenner's appeal for a pardon from this conviction for illegal campaign contributions and obstruction of justice, you know, goes on and on like that. I mean, it's just fun stuff. But the FBI is a treasure trove. And actually, what I thought about that, because I saw a movie recently called Citizen 4. You know, that's the guy who made the public information about the records, you know, from NASA or NSA, you know, and it's a fascinating movie. Now, I'm putting a block on my camera. I mean, the power that people now have through the, you know, computer and everything is astounding, and that's going to be a new problem in our country, you know, the abuse of this kind of information. And the government, you know, is going to be #1. I mean, we're building special places in Utah, you know, to keep all this data they're collecting on people. But it's an interesting and eye-opening movie if you see that, called Citizen 4. And also they have records here on the Monkees. You know, that goofy, you know, boy band back in the 60s or whatever. The Monkees were a U.S. pop band created for a television show in 1966. The band also toured and made record albums, and when after the show was canceled. References to the band appear in 2 places an FBI filed. In 1967, Los Angeles field office on the anti-Vietnam War activities, and a second document that was redacted. It means they covered all the stuff up. So, I mean, it's amazing what Big Brother's looking at you. So it's a good place to find out if they have anything on you, because there's a form right there you fill out. It tells you how long it's going to take and what's involved. And then you can look at this popular culture stuff. But all the information is there. You don't have to hire anybody, you know, to figure this out for you. It's public information, and it's probably worth starting to learn. And actually, we're going to do a website now called Lesko Big Data, or I'm sorry, Big Data Lesko, like Big Daddy, Big Voodoo Daddy, but there's Big Data Lesko. And to try to get the public information, you know, in a single website that people could use, useful stuff, you know, that's already out there in computerized form, not only pieces of paper. So you want to find out about, also there's people that, you can find out about dead people too. So it's good historical reference for your family. So if you want to get information about, you know, your grandma, grandpa, or uncles and aunts that are passed away, and give them as Christmas presents even, you know, to members of the family is nice to have. And ACLU is another place. If you say FBI, does FBI have a file on you? ACLU, American Civil Liberties Union, they keep up on the laws and regulations, you know, for doing this. So that's two ways. You go to the FBI itself, and FBI FOIA request, and then the ACLU, does FBI have a file on you? Ha 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 ha.